Things have got absolutely real in the sales world over the last few days with what's gone on in America with the Trump tariffs. Regardless of the politics of this situation, it has created an economic event that everybody needs to pay attention to. Here in the UK, we seem to have got off lightly, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we are going to be home and hosed. The American economy looks like it's going to struggle, and although markets are starting to rebound slightly, driven by Asia, so driven by the fact that China is standing up to it, some of the Asian markets have rallied, we are in for some tough periods ahead for the rest of 2025 because, quite frankly, who can guess what is going to happen next? So the important thing, the really important thing from a seller perspective is that you guys up your game. Um, First of all, our customers are going to be looking at how they can do more with less. Every penny is going to be scrutinized. So it's going to be sitting there thinking, having conversations with our customers, our prospects to enable them to drive more efficiency, to cut costs, to deliver more with fewer resources. And our products and services need to be enablers for that. So forget talking about ROI and growth and top line stuff. No. That's jam tomorrow. It has to be, how can I reduce your cost line, your spend line, so that you can actually drive greater profit in the short term, but also you drive more revenue in the longer term. But you need to focus on that short term, that short term piece. Secondly, and I say this a lot, we need to shift from selling the technology to selling business outcomes. There's some great tech out there, and oftentimes, particularly in product-led growth businesses, we just assume that it's going to sell itself. We talk about the capabilities and the features, and we speeds and feeds and so on and so forth, but we never get down to selling or talking about business outcomes and what that technology enables. And fundamentally, business decisions are driven by three things. So speed, so how can they get somewhere quicker? Money, save money or make money, and we just touched on about saving money, and then status, making an exec look good. Lots of buying decisions, particularly large complex ones. You'd be surprised how many are emotionally driven with business cases backed into them. So look at what the C-level, senior SVP level customers in your organization are going to be wanting to do and try and figure that out and provide them with the metrics, the information, the insights to make that happen, to drive those decisions that actually push onto your products and services as well. Understand real pain. So don't just accept surface level answers from customers about why they're doing something. If you can't tie what they're doing to time, money, or status, particularly time and money, because we can measure those and they're the things that will get through the board. If you can't tie your solution to one of those two things, chances are it's going to get cut out. We need to think about CFO's world, CFO's language, how they look at the world. We need so IT managers, IT leaders, CIOs, they may have budgets, but they're not going to be able to spend it unless it gets signed off by finance. So we need to make sure that we are talking to finance in the same way as we're talking to IT, that we understand their language, we're giving them information that enables them to make quick, well-informed decisions. Use Medic, make sure that we are qualifying our deals really well. Start with pain, always start with pain. Like I said a minute ago, get to real business pain, identify it, so to make sure you can see it and you know that it's there. Implicate it, so talk about it with your customers, agree that that's a problem, it's a challenge they need to address, and then irritate it. So that's about cost of inaction. So talk about metrics and how by not doing something is going to hurt them more in the long term. Get onto those metrics and making sure that we understand the decision-making criteria they're going to use, who the economic buyers are, and we're across that entire MEDDPICC framework. And the final thing is we all need to get better every day. I've recently taken on a new coach myself because I'm trying to level up to get to the next level. You guys out there, whether it's me, there's lots of good individuals out there, making sure that you are, like, there's so much good insight on YouTube for free from lots of different creators as well. Constantly be working on your game, work on your skills. Ultimately, skills pay the bills. And this isn't optional, it's survival, particularly with like the option of AI out there as well. It's a cheap alternative for businesses to start to go, well, can we reduce here and just employ some kind of average AI solution? We need to make ourselves valuable. We need to make ourselves so important to the business and its success by driving good quality appointments, good quality opportunities, ultimately good quality customers. And that all comes back to the very first thing that I always start about is the pain. What problem are we solving for our customers? Not sure where this is going to go, how it's going to end up, but best of luck. And yeah, we all need to get better, myself included.